Here too long. Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. Turn it down a little bit. Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl, and us Cowboy fans are just left with zero in our hands, man. Nothing. This is a wasted year, and on top of having a wasted year, we got to watch them celebrate as they did things the right way. And it was kind of crazy. I don't know if it was last week, the week before, but I'm sitting here watching Cowboy fans. I think even Broadus did it, where it was like, I'd be interested to see what the Eagles do in 2029. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be interested to see what they do in 2029 with all of the contracts and all the cap and stuff. I know Dan Rogers said that crap too, and it's like, dog, who cares about 2029? These dudes just won the Super Bowl. They just won the Super Bowl. They stacked their team. They drafted the right people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, I'm old enough to remember where people said Philadelphia, they just drafted names. Like, they ain't really have no substance behind their draft. Well, everything that they did, it paid off. I'm one where I got to eat crow because I didn't think Kellen Moore could make. I didn't think this would work with Kellen Moore. I didn't think that they would make it work without Hassan Reddick and Jason Kelsey, and they did. So I got to eat crow. And Cowboy fans, that doesn't mean that I'm rooting for the Eagles. Not at all. My stomach is even turning as I'm looking at this. Like I every fiber of my being was hoping that the Chiefs could pull us off. But I knew going into the game, I knew that Philadelphia was just a better team. They were better on paper. They were better execution wise. They just were a better team. They're the best team in the NFL, and the right team won they won the Super Bowl. There's nothing that we can say. We can't say anything about the referees. We can't say anything about dumb luck, this or that. They made everything happen. They made everything happen on their own accord. It starts with their GM Howie. Howie, he got the right pieces in the draft. He got the pieces that they needed in free agency, and he hit all of the buttons. So damn that 2029 crap. I mean, they won. You know what I'm saying? Hurts is, yeah. Somebody said Hurts is a champion. He is. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing we could put to bed too. You know what I'm saying? I know all the comparisons and all of the Hurts is a runner. He's a running back and all that type of stuff. And Dak is the best. Like, I mean, we got to put that to bed. I can't compare those two until my quarterback puts together a run. Until our team puts together a team, and he don't, what I'm saying, give us the deer in the headlights look in these big moments. I mean, look, I'm watching Jalen Hurts every time make these plays, man. This is 2 runs for him, and he lost the last one, but I mean, he's won a lot of playoff games in a short amount of time. Now we can sit here and say, well, he had a great team, a great roster, and all this stuff. We've had great teams and great rosters too, and it's all about moments. And that was the thing that I thought Kansas City would do better than Philadelphia, and I knew that that's why Kansas City was in the game. They were in the Super Bowl because that team understands moments, and they understood moments all year. But I think that it ran out. Their chance to master moments, it ran out in that game. In Philadelphia, just they they understood the assignment. They were quiet. They were calm. I mean, you could just tell that it was. I felt a different. I'm big on energy. I'm big on reading people. Big on reading that, and it just seemed like there was a calmness that Philadelphia was. Like I don't know. Like Phil Jackson would talk about Zen and stuff like that. So it felt like Philadelphia just had control of everything, and they were just in the zone all week. So it is what it is. Jay Diz, thank you for the $5 super chat. Well, Jerry, do something. No surprise, bro. Saw this coming a mile away. Unfortunately, yeah, man. And I actually knew it was gonna be ass whooping. I knew it was gonna be bad. I don't know why, but something just told me that if Kansas City can't keep the game close or they don't jump on Philly early on in the game, I knew they couldn't score with Philly. I knew that, and that was going to put a different type of pressure on Kansas City. And I mean, Kansas City knew that they had to jump on Buffalo, and they did that. They knew that they had to. I forget who else they played, but they knew that they had to jump on them folks. Houston, was it Houston? Yeah, they knew they had to jump on them folks because they didn't have. They don't put up a lot of points. And I think that there's kind of a blueprint on some of the things that they do, and it's going to even be more so now than there ever was. Because I mean, I watched Philadelphia walk their tackles back to the quarterback all night, man. It was crazy. And on top of that, it just seemed like every time they blitzed, uh, Jalen Hurts had an answer for everything. And I owe a big apology to Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is a champion, y'all. God, dog. I never thought that I would see the day. I never thought that I would see the day. And I said this the other day on live. Jay Tuck asked the question, like, what has Kellen Moore meant to you? Talking to Jalen Hurts. But in all honesty, the question really was, why is it working for you and it's not working for us? Why are you guys able to make this run and we aren't? And I mean, bro, we can't really. I mean, we had teams with Kellen, and we just can't put it together for some reason. I mean, we know the reason, but man, I'm humbled by. I really am humbled, and I can't even hate on Philly as much as I want to hate. They put together a hell of a playoffs. They put together a hell of a Super Bowl game today. Vic Fangio just whooped Andy Reid's ass today. He really did, man. Vic Fangio. I mean, I know Jalen Hurts is going to win the MVP, but man, the way that they were able to just dial up that defense all day and those young boys were. I mean, you got to think how young Philly is too. I mean, a lot of those guys, I mean, are really young. I mean, playing. I mean, Cooper DeJean ran back a pick six today, man. A rookie. Quinyon Mitchell out there doing this thing. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. I mean, Jordan Davis. I mean, God, these are young guys. Like, I mean, I think Philadelphia really won this game in the last two drafts. And so, sometimes you just got to take the good player. You got to take the best player, not the need. In Dallas, what I will say is we got comfortable. We got comfortable with some of the players that we drafted and thinking that we can go need instead of just continuing to accumulate talent. Raul Rambone said Kellen Moore was not the problem. Dak is his name. I love Jerry Jones. Bro, see, it's things like that that I can't even argue. I can't argue that. You know what I'm saying? I can't argue that. What can I say to that? At this point, I'm completely humble. Completely humble. Completely. Just looking at comments. Somebody said great O line. Not that O line wasn't even that good tonight. Angie. Philly O line, KC's D line played well. They played well enough to win. Philly's playmakers made plays today. They made plays, and then the defense got them turnovers. The defense got them turnovers. Their edges walked the tackles back all day. Mahomes, I mean, when he was snapping the ball, they were in his face. He didn't have a chance to survey anything. He didn't choke today. His offensive line, I mean, just got beat by a really good defensive line that was in the zone. I don't know that I've ever seen a defensive line in the zone like that in the Super Bowl. Probably the closest that I've seen and remember is the Giants. The Giants when Eli won, but I mean, nah, it wasn't like that. I mean, it was really bad today. So salute to the Eagles defensive line. Natalie, I hate the Philadelphia Eagles too. I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have to come on here because if I'm man enough to sit here and laugh at them and their woes like I did last year, I could be man enough to say, hey, they are the best team in the NFL. I could be man enough to do that. Chase Nichols said the Cowboys and Giants are sick tonight. Kellen Moore and Saquon. Yeah. We handed Philly a Super Bowl. Damn. Cowboys Thanos said, funny thing, Dak wins one Super Bowl will trump their two Super Bowl facts. Bro got to get out of the divisional round. He got to get out of his own damn way. And Jay Tuck said it best. If Dak is with the goofy shit that our front office is doing, then he part of the problem. And he is. He's part of the problem until he come up with a solution. So I'm on that. I've been kind of on that. Look, I've been on that. Dak got to be held accountable for some of these things too. You know what I'm saying? Like them going into seasons with Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and all that type of stuff. Like, if you all right with that goofy mess, which it looked like he is, then you part of the problem too. You know, you had an opportunity. You know, so you picking Shoddy over Kellen, which I'm okay with, and I like the staff that we're putting together. So don't think that I don't like some of the things that we're doing. I do like what we're doing, and there's nothing that we could do about today. There was nothing we could do about today. You know, there's nobody that the front office could sign today. There's nobody that they could draft today. It's just a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lesson to say, hey, this is what this looks like. So when Patrick Nosey goes back to Steven about salary cap and winning, you can't duck the question. You can't duck it because what they did won it for them. You can't duck it now. You know what I'm saying? What Philadelphia is doing is getting them to championship games. Is getting them to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That formula, the way that they're doing things. They're even out-drafting us at this point. We're getting out-drafted, and they have picks behind us. You know, they're finding ways to trade. They're finding ways to get extra picks. They're whooping our ass in that front, too. They're whooping our ass in free agency and in the draft. So, at this point, man, all you can really do is look at that and say, all right, man, you know, maybe there is a formula to this thing if we really want to win. If not, it is what it is. Drew, congratulations, sir. Hey, you've been a real one all year for your birds. You know, you showed up on lives, you showed up in my comments. So I gotta give you a shout out, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being a true Eagles fan. And shout out to you for being a supporter of this channel, too. Same thing for you, Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't run from the duck. I don't duck no wreck. And I don't get no damn deer in the headlights look either. You know what I'm saying? Like when there's adversity or some things is going bad, man, it is what it is. But yeah, Jacob said Eagles deserve to win their second Super Bowl. Big Sexy said belt to ass. Yeah, it was definitely that, man. It definitely was that. Chase Nichols said, you're right, DMV, because since we dropped Romo, the Eagles been to 3 Super Bowls, the Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. Shit, we wasn't getting the Super Bowls with Romo since we dropped Romo. Romo wasn't getting past the divisional round either. He wasn't getting past it. And even before then, Philly had went to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl with Andy Reid. They went to the Super Bowl in, was it 2004? And they had countless NFC championship games. You know, it ain't had nothing to do with Romo. Might have something to do with the people calling the shots, though. Philly said Hurts the MVP. Yeah. I thought Hurts played lights out today. I think he deserved the MVP for sure. I mean, you can't give it to the whole Philly defensive line, but Hurts made plays today, man. He made plays with his legs. He made plays with his arm. He made plays at the line of scrimmage. You could see him making certain calls. I mean, hats off to Philly, man. Hats off to him. I can't hate on nothing today. I can't hate. And I want to hate, but I can't. I can't hate. I mean, they just beat Kansas City in every category. Beat him in specials, beat him offense, defense, coaching. That's what it looks like when you win on all phases. I know that we're gonna hate to hear this, right? I know that we hate to hear it. Yeah, Brandy said Cowboys ain't been in 30 years. Romo, Dak, Carter, Testaverde. Yeah, I mean, and then the 17 other people before then. Ryan Leaf, Anthony Wright, Drew Henson, Chad Hutchinson. Bro, oh man, we had a revolving door of quarterbacks and stuff like that. But I think the formula, and hear me out, y'all. Philadelphia realized that you gotta build a team around the quarterback. And then here's another thing too. That's a misconception because Jalen Hurts is making top quarterback money. He's making over 50 mil a year. So they tell you that you got to slice the pie and this and that. Well, last I checked, AJ got a piece of the pie. Devontae Smith got a piece of the pie. Saquon got a piece of the pie. On top of Jalen Hurts got a piece of the pie. But all y'all going to tell me is about 2020, 2029. Well, 2025, Philadelphia is your champion. I don't think they're going to give a rat's ass about what happened in 2029. Nobody is going to care about what happens in 2029 because that hardware is forever. Those rings are forever. Championship rings, they don't go away. They don't go away. Nobody, like, bro, for the people that say 2029, you're condoning this bullshit. You're condoning this. You know what I'm saying? And I told myself 2025, I'm not going to curse a whole bunch. I said, I'm going to chill out. I'm gonna try and make it a little bit more PG because I know that I have some younger people following me. But sometimes you gotta tell the truth. In 2029, that is the biggest bunch of baloney. Nobody's trying to hear that, dog. Nobody's trying to hear that. 2029, man. I'm 38 years old. I'm 38 years old. The last time I saw my team win the Super Bowl, I think I was 9. I think I was 9. Right? Wait, let me see. What is it, 2025? Yeah. I was 9 years old. The last time I seen my team win a Super Bowl. That's crazy. That is nuts, bro. So one person might say, what's another 4 years? Man, I'm sitting here watching my parents get older. I'm watching my friends get older. I mean, you can't tell Mark Holmes, wait till 2029. You can't tell Mark that. I don't think people understand how hard Mark works. And sometimes Mark, if you guys understand Mark, so I'm not trying to get emotional about it, but my brother, man. I don't think y'all understand how Mark really works so hard at this content thing, but outside of the content thing, where in his business, in building, what I'm saying? Mark is a one-man shop. And to sit here and say 2029 to that man and all of the passion and all of the things that he puts into this team, going to the draft, going to Oxnard every year, and throwing the tailgates every year and just engaging with fans every day, 3 videos to 5 videos every day. You gonna sit here and tell that man wait till 2029 when Philly falls apart, when he just sat here and watched them win 2 Super Bowls recently and go to 3 recent Super Bowls? Y'all gonna say 2029? Get the entire F out of here, bro. The entire F out of here. Not trying to hear that, bro. All we want is our team to want to win as bad as us. I don't even think that we would care if the team fell short if they tried. If they tried, dog. So Donnell J, you said, what's in 2029? What am I missing? You got people that are saying that Philadelphia, because of how things are structured, wait till 2029 and see what happens with them. Meanwhile, they just won a Super Bowl. So what I'm saying is, like, people are like when you play the salary cap game like Dallas does, they're more worried about 5 years from now instead of what's in front of you. Live in the moment, people. Live in the moment. This team doesn't live in the moment. Because I remember when 2025, I remember when 2020 was 2025. Wait till 2025 for other teams. Wait until this, wait until that, wait until this, wait until that. These teams keep surviving. They keep finding ways to kick things down the road. They keep finding ways to manipulate numbers. They keep finding ways to bring in talent. They keep finding ways to trade for people. They keep finding ways to find more picks. I'm not even just talking about Philadelphia. I'm talking about Kansas City too. I'm talking about Buffalo. I'm talking about Baltimore. I'm talking about teams that are continually over the rim. We keep talking about now Baltimore hasn't won and Buffalo hasn't won, but I'm saying they're dunking right now. They are dunking. We keep talking about being around the rim. Being around the rim. Being around the rim with what? Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tolbert, Turpin. We around the rim? We are far away from that. Far away. Far, 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 far away. And Deanna Wallace said Philly might repeat next year. You might be right if they hold healthy. These guys are only going to get better because they're young. On top of that, Washington realizes that they're not too far away from Philly. So Washington's going to get aggressive. And they got money. Here's the thing. We keep hearing about salary cap this, and I got to pay this person and pay that and pay this, pay that. We $2 million over the cap, bro. So what the hell is it? Like Jerry said that I'm really good at managing the salary cap. No, you're not, bro. And you suck at roster management and you suck at turnover. You ain't good at nothing, bro. You ain't good. You're not as good as you think you are. And that's the problem. You got to humble yourself. You got to humble yourself. Because if people at home in their mama's basement and us couch coaches can sit here and tell you what's going on, and we have the information at our fingertips, bro, stop peeing on us and telling us it's raining. So, yeah, it's still fire to GM Jerry. I don't care that we are putting together a good coaching staff. We should be putting together a good coaching staff. We should have been doing that for years. That's probably been one of the issues. Development. Development. And another thing, too, love, lose, takes to death. But you're not going to offensive line me to death about what happened tonight. You're not. Because Philadelphia's playmakers made plays all night. The defensive playmakers made plays all night. The edge rushers, you know what I'm saying? Like, Philadelphia's number one offensive line, that offensive line, they had a hard time pushing Kansas City out of there. But Jalen Hurts found ways. He found lanes to run. He found ways to get the ball out quick. His playmakers, they made plays. They took advantage of short fields. I mean, like I said, which one of our playmakers is going to make that play that Devontae Smith made in the end zone? Which one of them? Which one of our runners is going to demand the respect that Kansas City showed them on that play action play in that bomb? We don't have it. We got to get it, though. We got to get it. But, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and the people that's going to play back. Please make sure to hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already hit it. I think I'm going to go get some rest. And, you know, tomorrow is the start of day one, for real. It's the start of day one. You know, I done put some shorts out there for y'all. And I done put some running backs out there. So go check out my shorts if you haven't, you know, because we're going to be heavy on the weapons. And it might even be defensive weapons, too, if one of them pass rushers falls. But appreciate y'all, man. Salute. Love y'all. Even y'all Eagles fans. We out, man. Peace.